Hello, this is Bethany BMX. I'm Max Hart, and this is how to 360. First thing you're gonna wanna do, realistically you should learn how to 180 first. The next thing you're gonna wanna do is figure out how to really express yourself through a 360. So when I do a 360, I like to think of like who I'm most angry at. And usually that's Keith. So what we're gonna do is
make sure you have no pins on your pedals. Your tires are completely flat.
I would recommend having your tires pumped up, especially your back one. Like, make sure both your tires. You're gonna need a good.
You don't even need a back tire to do this trick.
You need a back tire, guys. The first thing you want to do after you've gotten the 180 down, like you hop, turn your head, kind of deal. You're gonna need to figure out like a better carve. And the other thing that like most people don't do is they don't know where to look. So what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to like find a spot on the ground to look at. Like this is kind of blotchy, but we're gonna use this bottle as a reference point. So this is how I did it. I used a sewer gate, but anything on the ground will work. I wouldn't recommend making it something like up high. Make sure it's below, like on the ground. So I'm gonna like, when I go to do the 360, shut the hell up. I'm gonna do this 360 how-to if it kills me. All right, when you do you go to do the 3, you're gonna want to turn your head and look for this bottle. Like you're gonna want to be going straight at it, carve, turn your head, and look for that bottle. You'll see the bottle and you'll know you got it. Now, when you first go around, you're gonna be doing a 3 tap. Everybody does it. There's no shame in it. Just don't call it a proper 360 because it's not. You don't want to ride towards that bottle. You're gonna look for the bottle. Yeah, it's really important to lose your hat. Grow your hair as long as possible. Don't let society tell you who to be. Yeah, it's really not that hard, especially once you get down how to do a clean 360. This is a not clean 360, so. That's not clean. That's disgusting.
That's dirty.
If you see that, gross. It's just unappealing. You know, it's a building block. I wouldn't call it a proper 360, but you can use that trick to get other places. Some people, like I know some people, they actually learned them only clean. Those people are gods. Now what you want to do to start figuring out how to not get the 360 so nasty and sloppy is you're gonna want to really you're gonna want to carve a little bit harder, just a little bit, and you're gonna want to figure out how to level out. And you're not gonna want to wait for the hop. Just turn your head and trust that you're gonna get the 360. And you're gonna pull up, and about this point, you're gonna 360. So like if you're spinning, you're gonna wanna pick the back end up and push your bars out. And then I like to think of it as like dipping your shoulder a little bit, like kind of like lean into it a little bit more. Lean into the spin with the rest of your body. And if you properly suck the back end up, don't let it drop down until right here. Until like you're right there, you know what I mean? So it's not that bad, but it's worth it.
A lot of time.
A lot of time for some people. It took me like a week to figure out like all the 360 variations. And then you can start doing it off of stuff. Doing it off of stuff is a lot of fun, but it's also a little bit scarier, of course. But sometimes the spin itself is a lot easier. So you got like side of a quarter pipe, side of a roll in, you got a hip, you got a quarter pipe to go out of. All those are like great ideas. And the main thing I can stress, like once you're like trying to learn to fly out and stuff, is relax. You don't have to spin nearly as fast. I mean, you can, but like it's gonna be a little bit harder to keep it under control. So go out there, go ahead, try some 360s. Let us know on Instagram how it's going. If you want us to, answer any questions, say it in the comments. I've taught Keith and Will to do it. Keith doesn't actually do them proper. He doesn't suck the back end up. He's weak.
We all kind of did them that way.
I didn't.
All right, well,
I learned to pick the back end up like a man.
I did it first, so it's cool.
So yeah, it's because he's just spinning fast and he's doing them clean. They're just not as pretty as they could be. You know what I mean? You want a nice dipped one. And I'll show you like the logical extreme to take it down. Oh, wait.
Oh my god.
Can you do a 360? That's proper. Oh yeah, 450 guys. So I'll show you the logical extreme to do like the craziest hop 360 in the game. The best thing to do is to get a dip in your 3, which is like when you're going around, get your front tire lower than your back tire, and it just looks so freaking good. I'll try to show an example of like a really dip 3. You don't want to get too crazy because you'll nose out. I've never done that. I don't have a problem with that. Some people do. There's nothing wrong with that, but I highly recommend really figuring it out. Like figure out like how far you can push it, and you can literally lean a little bit forward and just straighten your arms out, like really push it, and it'll kind of just start to do it. And you can figure out exactly what you want to do with it. So that's it. Thank you for watching, and hope you learned some 360s. Do them the right way.